What's up, people? First day back on the job, and we're doing it in a big way. Welcome to the RTVS Live on BronkRideRadio.com. I'm He That Is Him, the heavyweight Ray Thomas. Hope all is going well on this Feel Good Friday afternoon, the 25th day of July 2014. And why is today a special day? Well, one, it's the first day back after losing my brother, John M. Camillo. And, still going through the process of, taking it in to make sure that, I realize that this is real, but I know that he's in a better place. He's not suffering. He's not in pain any longer. And we celebrate his life in that way. And we'll be heading down to Tampa next week, by the way, to do the memorial service for the people that knew him down there in Tampa as well. So thank you all for your prayers and your kind words. For the entire family, we are just so very appreciative, man. It's sad that it takes, an incident like this to show the love that's honestly and earnestly out there in the world. It should be like this on a regular day basis, man. All right, so the second thing why this is a beautiful way to come back for me is that I've been talking to my good friend, Dr. Larry Reed. I've known him for over a year now. I met him at a conference that my good friend Arvetra Jones was having at a local church here in Fayetteville, and met him the first time, and he had a lot of questions. But that's what I liked about him, because you could tell that the hunger was real and the passion was there, it was genuine. So, he gave me a single that day that I left with. I believe he gave me a single. Yeah, he was telling me about the single. He was telling me, yeah, Better Than Ever. I'm like, Better Than Ever? Okay, make sure you get me a copy. And boy, when I got that single, it was on and popping, because we've been playing it ever since. All right, Better Than Ever, it was the first single off the CD entitled Work Me Over. And today, we are having the official listening party. Larry Reed is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get it in. You stay right there. You'll see all the behind the scenes and everything like that. And I'll be taking pictures and all that kind of stuff. And big shout outs to my man Titus Burrell behind the cameras. Go ahead and shake your head. Yeah, you're there. And we're going to introduce you to Dr. Larry Reed, and we're going to have the live listening party, giving away t-shirts and brand new CDs. Work Me Over. The entire CD is hot. It's on fire. Fire in a good, not fire and brimstone, but fire like, heavenly fire. It's really a hot CD. So let's get into it. It's the RTVS Live on BronkRideRadio.com. Welcome to the Larry Reed listening party. All right, so as promised, first day back, we're back in a big way, because we are kicking off the RTVS Live with my good friend, the one, the only, state your name.
Dr. Larry Reed.
What's going on, man?
I'm doing real good. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, yeah. Now, we've been talking about this whole thing for a long time. Now, also what we're going to do, because I know that you brought some CDs and everything like that. And what we're going to do, we're going to create a promotion around this, because I know we talked about this a while ago. So we're going to create a promo, for your CD. This is how Bronk Ride Radio is going to show you our support. And we're going to be playing this promo on the air, so people can actually have their opportunities to win this exclusive. And we're going to take all the plastic off.
Okay, that's cool.
Because I want you to sign all of these.
That's cool.
Because it's going to increase in value as soon as you sign it. Now these people, because, in these days now, a lot of people are downloading things,
definitely.
and they don't go out to the stores as much as they used to.
Definitely.
So now when they can get a product that is actually autographed by that artist, it's like a treasure now.
Yeah.
And if you haven't listened to the CD, you need to go ahead and get it, because it is a treasure.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome, man.
I'm glad to be here. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've watched, I've listened. This is a great station.
Yeah, and you support too.
Oh, yeah.
You just don't watch and listen, but you support, man. And that's the truthfulness about Dr. Larry Reed. And that's what I noticed about you when I first met you at, now you remember where we met.
Yeah, NC Gag. The NC Gag was a meeting here in Fayetteville. The first meeting I came to when I first joined over a year ago. Mm-hmm. And you were one of the ones that were doing the teaching and explaining radio and being an artist and all those things. Mm-hmm. And so when you took the floor, I consistently questioned you over and over and over and over. I was brand new. I was
yeah.
brand new at the
Yeah.
time, you know. Just started the label, just done my single, just finished the project.
Right.
In fact, I don't think I was finished with the project. I was
Okay.
still in the studio. You know, so I think it's really something good for artists to do. It's always good to educate yourself. People who've been in the business like yourself in radio and every aspect of music to make sure they get the mentorship and the information that they need.
Right.
You know, and I was glad, you know, to meet you. And then when you was talking and you were saying you're from Jamaica, and I've always had Jamaican close friends and things of that nature. I said, okay, he's cool, you know,
okay.
and I kept contact.
Right,
You know, and
definitely
so
so.
that's something that I've learned, you know, from being a preacher. I've been pastoring since 1997.
Wow.
Different churches in this country and overseeing churches in other countries. So I learned the importance of mentorship and
Right.
having leadership.
Right.
You know, so thank you for that, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, I realize the true passion that you have for what it is that you do. Now, I've seen people that are artists, and that is what they do. They are artists. But see, you're bringing the word to folk.
Yeah.
You know, your ministry.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw that. You know, I saw that difference and things of that, and how you approached it, and how, you know, it's like, you know, to be able to witness somebody fine-tuning who they are. You know, it's a beautiful thing because you can actually see the growth and the progress. And I can definitely, from a year to now, I've seen the
great.
work.
That's great to
I've
hear.
seen the work. How things change, and once you start getting it, and how you brand and how you market and all that kind of stuff, and how you embrace the new technology, because that is very important. And I think also we need to have this conversation too, because I know a lot of artists out there, they rely on, let's say, BDS, you know, the spins that you get and all that kind of stuff. But it's a new day and it's a new age. So people need to realize that it's great to have BDS spins and all that kind of stuff, you know, because it's the commercial world. But your foundation, your I want to say fan base, but you know, the people that truly believe in you, those are the people that's gonna help to elevate you.
Definitely, and
You know,
I learned that quickly. But I've learned the same thing as far as pastoring a church. You know, 'cause a lot of times, you know, there's a way that you can start churches and grow churches, you know, and swell versus grow. And I really wanted to experience, you know, the grassroots of things. You know, so I set up radio tours. I went to reporting stations and stations that were not reporting. You know, and so and I done that to connect with the people.
Right.
And so I learned a whole lot, a wealth of knowledge from people, the PDs who worked there 30, 40, and 50 years.
Right.
Man, they just pumped me full of information, and so I learned. You know, and so of course I wanted to have my single going up the chart. You know,
Right.
because it gives you some kind of in the eyes of those that don't know. I say the eyes of the masses. You know, say, oh, you're in the top 100, you're in the top 50s, or you're in the top 40s. You know, it looks good, it sounds good. But the reality is that's only a microcosm of the entire thing. You're talking about maybe 40 radio stations, you know, and how you chart with them,
Right.
all on the East Coast,
Yeah.
you know, and when America is, you know, from
Yeah.
here to California, you know, so I've done, you know, interviews in California, interviews, you know, in Utah, interviews in Texas, you know. I drove there, took my money, you know, I flew there, you know, I stay on the phone every day.
Right.
You have to work and connect the people because the message is Christ. You wanted to get it into everybody is.
Right.
You know, so that's what I've done. And I'm grateful, you know, for, you know, to be charting and stuff, but my attention is not there. And of course, that was one of the first things you said to me. You said, don't worry about the trap center, you know, and I took it, you fussed me out twice.
I just know, you know why I say that, because I just know there are certain people in the industry, man, and that's all they push is the industry. But if you look at the industry is there because of the people.
Exactly.
So if you do what you do because of the people, you understand what I'm saying? You're gonna reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, I'm not trying to knock the industry, but I'm just trying to say, you know, there's a change coming.
Definitely.
The change is already happening.
I see it.
The industry is not the way it used to be back in the day, and that's why they're attempting to reinvent themselves. They're trying to embrace this new technology, and this new technology is what we are here at BronxWideRadio.com, because a lot of times when we say internet-based radio station, people think that we're smaller than a commercial 100,000 watt radio station, but we're the same capacity, man. We're a global radio station.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know, we have people listening all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, so as long as our product is proper, the way that we present what we do with our students and our music and all that kind of stuff, our philosophy, our vision for the radio station, I believe people will embrace that, man.
Yeah.
So, what inspires you when you sit down at your table to pen a song like Better Than Ever?
Yeah, well, Better than ever, I didn't sit down at the table. We were in church, you know, and the way that we church at the Breakthrough Church in Raleigh is this church I pastor. The way that we church, when the thing hit, you know, and the things to start going in. And so that's why Better Than Ever has that, you know, Joy Night Service beat. And I wrote it. God spoke to me. He said, tell my people all over the world, which now I understand. Right. You know, he said that Better Than Ever is on the way. And I just started singing the song. I called people up, you know, out of the audience. You know, sopranos do this, altos do this, tenors do this, you know, and da-da-da. That's how I wrote Better Than Ever. Inspiration usually always come from the Holy Spirit. Sometimes I'm inspired by strong emotions, such as love, such as gratitude, such as joy. You know, sometimes pain. Pain is a big inspiration when it comes to my creativity. Loss, you know, all those emotions. When you have creative fibers in your being, any of those emotions, whenever they superimpose themselves upon your feelings, you know, it really can stir up your creativity. Right. You know, and those are the things that inspire me. You know, life itself, people. You know, and one of the degrees that I have, a master's in counseling, I learned a lot of things about different people, and people are different. You know, and so those things inspire me. I'm inspired by what's different, what's not normal. I love it.
Okay, now speaking about inspiring, let's play the first song in your listening party. You said that you wanted to play Better Than Ever. Yeah. That's why we just talked about the story, man. So go ahead and introduce, you know, the first song that we're going to be playing today.
Here we go. This is a prophetic promise to anybody listening. No matter what you're going through, Better Than Ever is on the way.
TRTVS Live on BroncoIRadio.com. It's the RTVS Live on BroncoIRadio.com. That is Dr. Larry Reed and the Breakthrough Singers. Better Than Ever as we work our way through the Dr. Larry Reed listening party. All right, that song, man. Every time after we play that song, if I had to speak, we'd be out of breath.
I think you'll be jumping around.
What I was doing a little bit of dancing. Because, see, obviously, we're on ICAM 1 and ICAM 2. If you go to the website at www.bronco-iradio.com, you can view what's going on in the studio live through our in-studio cameras and get my praise on, man.
Yeah. Everybody tell me, every time I go to an interview in studio, they say that. They put it on and they dance and they come back out of breath. That's a great thing. That's a great thing.
You know what? I gotta send it to my client, Sonia Dalton McRoberts. She's a personal trainer.
Oh, wow.
And she trains a lot of people. Now, this is a song that I know that she'll be able to use to, you know, get her people whipped up into shape. Because you're physically going to be better than ever.
Yeah. They tell me they use this song and Work Me Over, which is going to be our next single to release, you know, months away from now.
Yeah.
And they tell me they use both of them to exercise too.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about the Breakthrough Singers. Because let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There are 10 of them. Actually, there are 12 of them.
Okay. 2
of them weren't in there.
Okay.
You know, and you know, as you're starting to find what direction you're supposed to go in, you start finding out, you know, where people commitment level are, you know, where their creativity level is, you know, what they want out of life. You know, and so we don't have that many anymore, but I say about 8 or 9 of them always with me wherever I go.
Okay.
You know, so at the core of the group, the hem of the group, is really the church I pastor, the Breakthrough Church, the praise team from that church.
Okay.
They're at the core of that group,
Right.
you know, which is made up of my sister, who sings with me on Better Than Ever. She's the female up there.
Yeah, she
My
hit
baby
those
sister. My baby sister. You know, it's so funny how things work out. You know, when we were little, I used to put her on the bed and make her sing. You know, in order for, and I said, sing this, I make up and stuff.
Right.
You know, and in order for her to do that with me, I had to play baby dolls with her.
Okay.
You know, so I had to play baby dolls, and so okay, now I do the singing, and I had to do that first.
Okay.
You know, and so now we're singing on the single that's going literally to the whole world. You know, me and her up there, it's like, because I originally
You're not still playing dolls, though.
no.
Okay, just want to make sure. Just want to clarify. Also, we're gonna play another song because, like I said, this is your show, and you know, whatever it is that you want to play. It's your listening party.
Yeah, the next single, you know, like Better Than Ever, this song you can work out too. You know, it's called Work Me Over. And the inspiration for this song comes from me being in a certain place in my life. At that time, I needed God to really do me all over again, you know, make me all over again. You know, so that's where the inspiration for this song comes. And it has a little bit of a 60s, 70s vibe married with contemporary gospel music.
All right. Well, here it comes from the CD of the same title.
Yeah,
This
Work
is
Me
the
Over.
title cut. This
It
one's
is.
called Work Me Over. It's 12:39. It's the RTVS Live on Bronco iRadio.com.
He gave me life that I might live. He gave me joy.
I'm all about that. So I can keep that coming. We keep that partnership going.
So let's tell the folks you have some things on the agenda, some things coming down the road. Let's clue them in and give them all your particulars.
Okay, I can do that. Well, if you want to know what's going on with me, you really can go to Dr. Larry D. Reid. That's REID.com to find out where I'm going to be, where I'm going to be ministering, where I'm going to be performing, where we're going to be, even down to the interviews. It's very detailed. So you can go to drlarrydreid.com. That's REID, how you spell Reid. And you also can look me up on Facebook. My personal page is /Larry D. Reid, REID. Fan page for me personally is Dr. Larry D. Reid, /Dr. Larry D. Reid. And then if you want to connect to the singers, which you should, get all of these pages. Dr. Larry D. Reid, TBS. That's how you get the fan page for me and the singers. And then on Twitter, go to Dr. Larry D. Reid, @ Dr. Larry D. Reid, REID. Like I said, tonight we'll be at Mount Calvary, right here in Fayetteville, at Mount Calvary Missionary Baptist Church. It's their 130th homecoming concert, 4320 Doc Bennett Road, right in Fayetteville. The zip code is 28307. And then after the concert tonight, we got another concert tomorrow night, which will be on Saturday, at 3470 Tram Road in Sumter, South Carolina, and that starts at 4 o'clock. It's an anniversary, but at the last minute they had to call us because their main act didn't show up, and so we're going to go down there and worship with them. And so you can make sure you watch the pages to find out what's going on, see clips from the performances. And actually, this is a little ahead from now, we're going to be doing a little small tour at some jazz clubs in New York City, because I have this thing for jazz,
Right.
and I set we have jazz, so gospel jazz, the message is still Jesus, but the whole feel is straight up jazz, Ella, this is how it's going to be, so you look for the page, you see clips of different things there. Okay, and so then we have, I think it is, I got a few interviews that's even on my page on July the 30th, and a couple of places have interviews. But then on July the 30th, that night at 9 p.m. next week is GMWA, Gospel Music Worship of America, and so I have to go there with Wanda Nero Butler. She's having a listening party, and we're going to perform at 9 o'clock that night. Actually, we hit the stage at 10, and then the very next morning, the GMWA has selected Better Than Ever as one of the songs they want churches all over our nation to know, and so I have to go there, perform the song, then teach it to a room of musicians and singers, and give them the score, which is, the music written out, with people who read music. I'm going to be handing that out to 500 people, and we do that on next Thursday morning at 9 o'clock in Atlanta at the Hyatt Regency Atlanta. Then I have an in-store meet and studio greeting meet in Philly at the Sound of Market Gospel Store for FM HDMS Radio, 5 o'clock on August the 6th. And then the 7th, the very next day, I'll be back in Raleigh, another ministry performance. And then this is something that is very important to me. The young people are going to be there as well. On August the 9th, MBN6 Gospel Concert and Sony Music Indie Artist Showcase. They had the R&B side and the gospel side. The R&B side, Jay-Z and Beyonce did it. For the gospel side, it's going to be Donna Lawrence, it's going to be Dottie Peoples, Luther Barnes, and myself. They selected me to do it, so I'm very honored, and it's all about bullying, social ills, where people are getting bullied and people are killing themselves, and that's something I feel strongly about. I have a video called The Victory Chant, and there's a scene in there where we address bullying. Bullying is really killing a whole lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the young people. So this whole concert is a benefit concerning that. At 6 o'clock in Wilmington, it's the MBN6 Gospel Concert and Sony Music Indie Artist Showcase. Then the next month we'll be back in South Carolina at Camden Triumphant Church of Jesus Apostolic and Concert. There's so many dates that are coming in. We're not taking all of them, but the ones that I think we should go to, and we can, because a lot of my background singers, they're teachers, they're nurses,
Okay.
and so I have to take our work and go, and